That's what it's just called. Where it's just about telling the truth. So I'm going to show you, and I'll get to and then because this is what part one, and then I'll put part two, and then I already have part two, but what I'm going to do is merge the video into one, okay? And I will do that soon. So this ICR build, the Discovery Center, services doesn't describe how government object is why it matters. So and there's also reinforcing the truths of Scripture. I'll read this part to you. So right here it says, "Hi, I'm Susan Windsor of the Graviton Site ICR. My husband and I have two children at age 4 and 7. I'm about to forget ICR Discovery Center in Dallas since reports the truths of Scripture." Yeah, okay, that's Dallas, Texas. Yeah, we already been teaching them. We want them to see how truth and science confirms the Bible. I have been telling a smoke with the Church of the Discovery Center. Well, now I can't. Want to be able to show them in person. Because they bombarded with evolutionary thinking from books and children's toys and media that we encounter every day. I'm sure that many of us still vividly remember books, experiences that we practiced as children. To have the ICR Discovery Center means our children have solid visual expectation of truths they can carry with them and as they grow older. It's particularly exciting of the human display the exposure uses of imaginary icons. As you can see, I explained that these creatures really fit at the Christian's window. So we're close to the ICR Discovery Center. For you today, you'll be at the work at its valuable center. Now we can also go to this one, JesusTheSavior.com. I don't read this website all this much because this website here promotes old Earth creationism, which is also a lie, but that's not what I'm talking about right now. Anyway, I'll talk about it. I'll talk about that in some other time. But here, so this is an article that's made by this is called "Telling the Truth" by Pastor Jack Hyles. Here, so it says, number 1, teach a child awful reasons for lying. Well, number 1, cowardice. One is afraid of the consequences of his acts. 2, personal gain. This is a terrible dishonesty. And 3, malaise. Tell the child how terrible it is not to tell the truth. I recall Dr. John Rice telling the truth because it's important to him. He was just a little about 5 years of age, and he told something that wasn't true. His mother was the point of such a big trial. And Dr. Rice felt it was an awful crime. He wondered never be given again if he would have sent out the institution. The importance of telling the truth was impressed, certainly the mind of the openness. Telling something that wasn't true to emphasize so really not from it. Even 7 years later, was telling the truth of moments of truth. Guys, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so number 2. The child also realizes terrible injury that would be upon when he lies. The lie hurts. The liar hurts more than one who lies. When stress that he's just on the fact of facing a father who lies. When he lies, is working direct in partnership with Satan himself. The child should be told what happens to liars. One becomes another, and it becomes a bigger one, until finally, potentially, it's filled with people who begin to lying in childhood. Okay, number 3. So the stress to be upon the fact of lying is that member of the team. Compare such a ball game. Eventually to stay the rest of them. Remember who? Supposed to do his best. One of his lies against the strategy to get to build confidence, the truth, and the team members. One of his lies attributes their happiness, success in life. Number 4. The parents should be upon the success of telling the event. This much of this is how small can be seen, but since there should be accuracy of concerning detail, there should be no difference between white lies and black lies, little lies and big lies. All lies are big and all lies are black. The child should be trained to pay attention. There's a reason why that people say things are not true. Especially this is true in the life of children. Angry because of the men occupied with many things, and one is not perceptive. Hence, the early childhood must be detained, and then just to grab us of all that's going from a possibility. Play little game each member tells a previous occasion event. Incidents of it take place that there is an agreement about what happened. This is made into an industry game. So play a little game each member of family tells which previous occasion or event. Discuss the incidents that took place. Be sure to meet details and pause for routine and that there is an agreement about what happened. This is made a dynasty game. With small children a prize to be given a member details and most observant. Tell a child not to say I think. This is dangerous habit for everyone. I've said the knowledge it is basis accuracy. When I question the fact, the children should not say I think. He should say I do not know. Or he should say an inaccurate of saying. Such words should be used as constantly. This is not good for habit. Which should be placed to keep in one's word. Emphasize the fact of to be binding. They are very sacred. This big one is stealing, and it is lying, and it is dishonesty. It is breaking a trust. Six. My attention has been given to the facts of lies to other ways and words. Here at the First Baptist Church in Hamad, we have the deaf department. These people cannot hear and they do not speak. Can they lie? Can they tell untruths? And it's also true that those who can talk and hear be untruthful without actually speaking words audibly. 7. Cheating on tests is lying. The students are telling the teacher material unturned as this is guilty of untruth. How awful this is. 3. Every child should be taught to avoid slander and gossip. Lincoln Manor says, I should not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Exodus 20 verse 16. This one said, a good name is rather of the good riches. Verse 21 verse 1a. Each person has a right to a good name. We have carelessly the identity of talk to others, and we are dented and enlarged, which is not true for that matter, and many times stories should be told wrongly, which damage many people. Play the game of gossip with your child. I know it isn't. Read one day to your child, even until the next day of a member of family, and until another. Continue until the past your entire family. As such, when the reach him and be of the first account, on the ninja I'll talk, a reminder of the child people are pain of slender, governed as respectable. People soon avoid him and people and be afraid to trust him. Hence, child's own instinct to become gossip. Teach him that it's life good things, and teach him to read and think of himself, and stay busy, never repeat casual remarks to others. Advise him that the words he said and she said words never be used, and she said they have been gates of gossip. 9. Every child should be taught to play devs on time. And it's mentioned in other chapters, and they said it's like playing the dishonest the amount of time he is late. Stress over and over and over again the importance of being punctual and paying doubts. Okay, number 10. So this should be emphasized. If a child promises his mother to be home at a certain time, he should keep his promise. The life of the child who is taught promptness and will be far richer and happier because he has learned to keep his word. The wise parent will drill his children on truthfulness, will teach them the high esteem of this virtue, and will lead him to become an adult who who can be trusted and respected of in his dealings with others. Here it says, I'm old-fashioned preacher and I'm old-time religion. And I've worn this cold as hard for 2,000 years. And that's an article. That's what Billy Sunday said. Okay. Okay. So that's one of the articles about telling the truth. Now later I will show you other lies I'll be talking about later on anyway. But I have to go right now. So guys, I'll be right back. Okay. So okay, so I'll just remind you Ms. William. Okay. Okay, yeah. Denise Spears called what is supposed about telling the truth. Now, me thinking, right? Well, here it is. The Bible says, well, here I got the picture here. That should not bear false witness. But what they're talking about here. Well, now, you know where it says. Well, you can also make this video what's about to tell the truth, right? Well, I could also say what's supposed to say about lies. You can also make this video called. You can also say that this video is about what's supposed to say about lies, or what it's supposed to say about bearing false witness, or about stuff. But this video is called what's supposed to say about telling the truth, because now I will expose the lies. But I want to talk about what telling the truth is, and I will expose the lies, because that you can learn how to tell the truth. Exactly. But why we need to tell the truth of stuff, because I think I have a Outfitters quote somewhere. But wait for it to come up. I think it's in this one. No, it's not. Okay. But I have it in here somewhere. In downloads. Because I don't know why it's not even coming up. Yeah, I got too many of these. That's over here in downloads. No, it's not. Yeah, okay, here it is. But it's right here. If you want to, here's Adolf Hitler's quote right here. It's, if you tell a big enough lie, and you tell it frequently enough, it will be believed. That's what Adolf Hitler said. And I do agree with him on this quote, but the problem is that he believed a lie himself. He believed in evolution. But interesting, okay, but how did he believe that? Well, first of all, he was a Catholic, but he became an atheist after. So he turned from a Catholic to an atheist. Yeah, Adolf Hitler was never a Christian. He was a Catholic, and then he became an atheist after. So. Yeah, that's how that, and that's, I think, I'm not sure if that's how Nazi Germany got started, but I think it did, but. Yeah, I know, he waged wars, so. But why not, well, the reason why Adolf Hitler went to hell is because he rejected Jesus Christ, not because he made World War II, you know. But that's not the thing that happened, you know. Chairman Mao Zedong is the guy responsible for making China communist. But the reason why he went to hell is because he rejected Jesus Christ. So they're both, so yeah, Chairman Mao Zedong is in hell along with Adolf Hitler, but it's only because they rejected Jesus Christ, not because they made war, and because not because they made a world war. It's just because they rejected Jesus. That's why, not because they made a world war. Now, that's what they did, but that's not the reason why they went to hell. They went to hell because they rejected Jesus Christ. So yeah, Adolf Hitler wasn't a Christian, and neither does Chairman Mao Zedong, and I don't think John Stalin was a Christian either. But he was the leader of the Soviet Union during the time of World War II. So. Okay. So, but yeah, this quote is correct, though, because, yeah, evolution is a lie. But, what about other things? So, let's go read through the Bear False Witness one. I'm not sure which, verse it is in. Let me take a look at my Bible. I just don't know where it is. Let me take a look at my, Okay, it's in the book of okay, it's in the book of Exodus and the book of Deuteronomy. I'll read the book of Exodus first, and then I'll read Deuteronomy. So it's right here. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Okay, that's in the book of Exodus. Now, Deuteronomy also shows it to you as well. It says, neither shall, okay, it says right here, neither shalt thou bear false witness against thy neighbor. You see, the book of Deuteronomy also shows you the Ten Commandments as well, not just Exodus. Okay. Now, what about the word lie? Well, the word lie is mentioned 280 times in the Bible, but the word liar has 21. Okay, but we need to look at the first. Okay, let's look at the. Okay, let's go to the book of Psalm 116, verse 11, because that's what I want to show you. And yeah, it's verse 11. And here it says, and I said in my haste, all men are liars. Okay. Now, why do I believe? Now, why does the Bible say this? Why did the Bible say that all men are liars? Because that's true. Okay. You know, I lied before, and it's not. You know, it's easy. It's easy to tell the truth. Well, no. It's just Well, yes, if you know how, if you know what the truth is. But you have to learn what the truth is. If you know the lie, you're not gonna know then you don't know the truth. So, and also right here, the Bible says in Revelation 21, verse 8. Right here, it says, "But the few for unbelieving, and the abominable, and murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers, and idolaters, and all liars, should our hard part of the lake of birth, fire, and brimstone, which is the second death." Well, this is talking. What's this verse is talking about? Well, it's talking about people who rejected Jesus Christ. They're going to go to the lake of fire, which is a second death. Okay? Now, this is talking about people who reject Jesus Christ. You know, people who choose to become damned and went to hell, and then they're going to go to the lake of fire. Yeah, the lake of fire is after the great white throne judgment. So, the lake of fire is the second location for hell. You know, the second location. Okay? The first location of hell is in the core of the earth. But it's in the spiritual realm. So, So the book of Revelation is so what other things that are lies? We know that evolution is a lie because the Bible teaches that animals Bible teaches that animals will bring forth after their own kind. Then that's what we see, right? Here's my is when I know that the flat Earth religion is a lie because the Bible teaches that the Earth is a sphere. I know it says circle, but it's talking about a 3D circle. And not all Bibles and other languages have to have the word circle. The Spanish Bible does not have the word circulo, which is the word circle in Spanish, but it does have the word globo, which is the word globe in Spanish. So. And globe is just another way of saying it's a sphere. And yes, a sphere is a circle, but it's a 3D circle. Okay? There's no such thing as a 2D circle. Yeah, I know. Even paper itself is not completely flat. But anyway. That's another lie. Yeah, I know. Yes, Calvinism is a lie because the Bible teaches that Jesus Christ died for everybody, and the only way to get saved is to believe in Jesus. You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to persevere to the end. All you have to do is get saved. We might be saying that, but why do we think if I believe God is a lie, why do I have the word once saved, always saved? Well, first of all, the word once saved, always saved is not a Calvinist doctrine. First of all, okay, perseverance of the saints is just perseverance of the saints is works. Okay, I don't believe that. Okay, I believe in preservation of the saints. Okay, preservation of the saints is what I believe and what I teach. What I mean by once saved, always saved, the salvation is everlasting. You can't lose it. Okay, but I'm not. But Calvinism teaches works. I teach that salvation is by grace through faith, and I teach it's easy. Calvinism teaches that salvation is hard. So I teach salvation is easy. So yeah, Calvinists have a false way of once saved, always saved. We Baptists have the true meaning of a true way of a once saved, always saved. The only true way of the Bible has the only true way of once saved, always saved. Where the salvation is everlasting, you can't lose it. So. Yeah, that means that Arminianism is false too. Arminianism is false too, then, because you can't lose your salvation. And why is Catholicism false? Because we don't worship saints, and Mary is just a human, not a god. Okay, and we believe in a Trinity, not a quadrinity. And we don't believe in modalism either. Which is, yeah, modalism teaches that Jesus is God the Father and Holy Spirit, which is stupid. I teach the Trinity, which is one God, three persons. Yeah, well, modalists believe that the Trinity teaches 3 gods. Yeah, which is false. It's 1 God, 3 persons. This is why dispensationalism is false, because they believe that salvation was by works in the Old Testament. So, Bible teaches salvation is by grace through faith in the Old Testament and New Testament. Well, the reason why Seventh-day Adventism is a lie, because they believe that Jesus Christ would come back in 1844. Yeah, another lie a lot of religions believe is believing that Jesus is an archangel. Well, the archangel. Oh yeah, no, not just archangel. Yeah, the archangel Michael. Okay, yeah, that's what That's what a lot of religions believed. That's another thing that's false, right? Jesus is God, not an archangel. Okay, and plus Michael the archangel Michael is a different character than Jesus. He's a different character in the Bible than Jesus. Now, why do I believe that Pentecostalism is a lie? Why do I believe that speaking in tongues is a lie? Well, because that's gibberish. I don't want to hear this crap, this. No, I don't want to hear that crap. Okay? I want to hear what you have to say. I don't want to hear gibberish. No. What I want to hear is what I want to hear is you preaching about salvation and to preaching about are you saved by grace through faith? And whatever what language you speak, is it English? Isn't it? And I don't really care, And you're both learning new languages. You're both learning real languages, If you already speak English, why not learn Spanish or Mandarin or some other language? Okay? What's the point of you speaking gibberish, speaking in this tongue, speaking in tongues when it's all gibberish anyway? Yeah, I know. And you don't have to speak gibberish to be saved anyway. All you have to do is just believe in Jesus. I know another lie. A lot of people believe is Hebrews believe is saying that Jesus is a pagan name, and you have to use the Hebrew name Yeshua. Well, first of all, yeah, that's another one. Yeah, but that's just But well, let me tell you something. I don't speak Hebrew. I speak English. I use the name Jesus because I speak English. Okay? I'm not going to use the name Yeshua because I don't speak Hebrew. Okay? I use the name Jesus because I speak English. Okay? So, look, if you want to use the name yeah, because a lot of people that uses the name Yeshua, they're still going to they're still saying that you can lose your salvation. Yeah, so that's why I don't even trust the people that are saying they're just the only one to use the word Yeshua instead of Jesus. So, you know, the name Jesus is in the KJV, and that's what I use. Okay, because I speak English, not Hebrew. Another lie is going back to the Greek. Go back to the Greek to learn the Bible better. Yeah, yeah, that's stupid. And I don't speak Greek anyway. And I don't want to learn Greek anyway. Besides, Greek and Hebrew are useless here in the United States of America. Look, Greek is the 19th most spoken language here in the U.S. Well, Hebrew is the 25th most spoken language here in the U.S. So they're both useless here. Okay, if you want to learn if you're learning another language here in the U.S., you're probably learning Spanish or Mandarin. Okay, that's what I think that's what I think. Yeah. Well, Spanish, you can talk to Spanish speakers here. It's the second most spoken language here. And also Mandarin. Mandarin is the third most spoken language here in the United States. You can talk to Mandarin speakers here. So, yeah, and I know that Mandarin is a Chinese language, but I'm just saying that those are the 10 languages you will probably it would be better for you to learn if you live here instead of Greek and Hebrew. I know. Instead of just, I know. You already gotta learn English if you live here anyway. So, oh, guys, I'll be right back. Well, maybe I can fast Oregon next year, but okay. Sorry. Okay, guys. So I'm back. Okay. I was just talking about something else, but anyway, I'm back. Okay. Now, I was going to say about that. Yeah. So about learning language like Spanish or Mandarin. Okay. So yeah, I just had to use the bathroom, but I'm done now. Yeah. So you can say that there's a lot of lies that people say, right? Yeah. Well, another lie is the Big Bang Theory, right? Yeah. And then, but the Big Bang Theory also talks about the future, not just the past. So, yeah, the Bible teaches that God created everything in 6 days, and that was about 7,000 years ago. And plus, the Bible said, okay, and then plus the Bible teaches that in the book of Revelation that there's going to be a tribulation, and then the rapture, and then God's wrath, and then the millennium, and then the great white throne judgment, and then the new heaven and new earth. So, yeah, there's a lot of lies, but you have to learn. Yeah. Now, yeah, another lie would be works salvation, because the Bible teaches salvation is by grace through faith. But what do people say when they mock salvation being by grace through faith? Well, they will say, well, they will call it easy believism, but I'm happy it's easy. So, well, they'll call it hyper grace. Yeah. Well, it's more than just hyper, it's infinite. So it's infinite grace. I know, the only time they blaspheme God is what they call it cheap grace. But it's not cheap, it's free. Okay? It's free. It's free grace. Okay? And free grace is a lot lower than cheap. You know, it's free. It costs nothing. So, yeah. Cheap grace is just grace with a limited amount of works. And I know, and what I know what work salvationists want. Well, they want expensive grace, which is, I guess, grace with a lot of amount of works. Yeah, I know, which is stupid. I'm glad I don't have to do any works to get saved. I'm happy that I have to believe in. I only have to do is just believe in Jesus. That's what I'm happy for, and and plus that's what makes me feel good. That's what to me, what makes me feel good is that I only have to believe in Jesus. Okay. No, I don't want to do any works to get saved. I'd rather just someone do all the work for me, and Jesus did. So, and Jesus did it already. So that's why. So To me, I'm glad that Jesus did all the work for me, so I don't have to do it myself. That's what makes me feel good. Okay, and I know the Bible does not care what makes us feel good anyway. But the Bible does not care what makes us feel good anyway. Yeah, if you're using pride to make you feel good, I think you're stupid then. Because I get tired if I do after I do work. I don't know why you don't anyway, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, there's a lot of lies. So yeah, the Bible teaches a lot of lies, but we have to do with them, just mark them and avoid them, expose them, get people to stay away from lies and get people to the truth, That's what the Bible teaches, And I'll show you how to get saved according to the Bible. Because I have to go anyway. Only need false religions and damn souls to hell. When you go to heaven is to believe on the Lord Jesus Christ. Salvation is by faith alone and grace on Jesus Christ alone. And once you're saved, by easy beliefs is the truth, okay? Meaning you can't lose your salvation once you're saved. But salvation is easy. We just believe in Jesus Christ for salvation. Now, before I go, I want to tell you something else. So, yeah. So, work salvationists also say, they also call this antinomians. Yeah. But I'm glad to be an antinomian anyway, because something is by grace through faith. So to me, I'm glad to be an antinomian. Okay? If you aren't, then I guess you're... I guess you're stupid then. Because the Bible teaches salvation is by grace through faith. So to me, I'm glad to be an antinomian. And I'll show you next video. It's called what does the Bible say about statues? Well, I'll talk about that next video. But I hope showed you this video is about but the Bible is about telling the truth. I tell you a lot of lies that are exposed, and what we can do. Telling the truth is, and to learn about telling the truth is to read the best way of telling the truth is to learn how to read the Bible. Read the KJV Bible. That's what I believe. Okay. And you have to go right now. I'll talk about statues next video. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this. Bye.